Where's Compas?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey. There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome everybody to What's Up Bolts. I am Fernando Ramirez. It's been a while, I know. Appreciate everybody for jumping in today. I have a very special guest. You guys know him. ESPN reporter Kris Rhim is gonna jump on WUB. We're gonna talk to him, break down the 53-man roster, talk about some stuff, and just I'm gonna let you guys know now. There is no Dan today. Dan has his first game tonight, so I told him, you know what, Dan, I'm gonna find a tag team partner that suits you to do the tag in, and he's gonna come in and help us out. And who better than this individual right here?
What's up?
Yeah. So, Kris, how you doing?
What up? Good. How y'all doing?
Good. Just I had to give the news because usually, like, whenever we do a show or whatever, and people don't see Dan right away, they're like, "Well, where the hell's Dan?" And I'm like, "What? Let me just get that out of the way. He isn't here today, but I'm sure." Oh, look at you! You got the nice cut, ready to go. Look at you,
man. Yeah,
ending preseason strong. Are you going to San Fran?
No.
Okay.
I don't think anybody is from the beat.
Okay, I thought so. I mean, yeah. So that's good. Nobody needs to be going anywhere else. How you been? How's everything?
Good, man. Everything's good with me. How about you?
Good. What a long training camp, huh?
I know. 24 days, longest ever.
Boots on the ground. Kris, just what did you what 24 days, you said it. 2 practices in San Diego, the rest of the Bolt. They cancel the joint practice. Rashawn goes down. Keenan comes back in. Just Mike Williams retires. Now that you're thinking about it, is this like this must be one of the craziest training camps. Jim Harbaugh and the sanctions on Michigan happen during training camp. This has to be one of the craziest training camps we've seen.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a crazy training camp. Chargers stayed in the news pretty regularly before camp even started.
That's good for you. A lot of ESPN.
Yes. Yep. A lot of TV hits. I got one for ESPN Australia actually later today. And then there's and there was Najee, but just right to start camp with his whole situation. So yeah, definitely a wild camp. A lot of unfortunate stuff for Chargers fans, honestly. I think Keenan was really the only Keenan was the bright spot. Everything else was kind of sad for them.
It's like, hey, you guys are gonna get Keenan back, but you guys are gonna lose Rashawn in the process, and it's like, oh my god.
If we would have told them like you'll get Keenan back, they would have been so happy. But look at what you had to give up.
What did it cost?
What did it
cost? Everything.
Yep.
Kris, let's just start off with Najee. I mean, you guys talked to Jim yesterday, and you could tell he got a little. He felt like he was being pestered about it. I mean, every time he's up at the podium, he has to be asked about Najee. But again, it's our jobs. I'm sure he, to an extent, understands that. Just where do you think things are? Because I mean, it doesn't look like it's progressed much from. Is he still doing the laps around the park, basically?
Yeah, I mean, he's not really doing that anymore. He's just kind of working off to the side now. So which I guess is a progression, but at the same time, it's like it seems more than likely that he'll start the season on the NFI and have to miss the first 4 games. And I mean, the thing about Najee is like the idea that Najee would get injured the way he got injured and missed time for the first time in his career. Like he's literally been probably the most reliable, whether you consider him a great back or anything like that. Well, one thing about Najee is that he was consistent.
Yeah.
He'll get you 1,000 yards and he'll play 17 games. Now, it's only the Chargers' luck that they signed Najee. And for the first time in his career, he misses an entire training camp, and he's probably going to start the season on the NFI list. Like, it's an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, unless he's, there's always things can always change, right? Maybe somehow he avoids the list, but he seems headed towards that. And this organization and Jim Harbaugh, they don't give any updates on any injuries until they have to. So, you got to snoop around and, no one's really going to say anything because, they're at the risk of feeling the wrath of the leadership. So, yeah, we'll see with Najee what happens.
Yeah, I mean, and it's did you see, speaking of that, did you see what Mike Vrabel said yesterday?
No, what did he say?
So they leaked that Jalen Polk, the wide receiver, the one that ended up in that trade between the Chargers and the Patriots for the second pick or the second round pick, it came out that he was injured and he's out for the year. Well, this is what Mike Vrabel said about that.
No. I don't know, other than I'd like to find out where some of these come from. Some of these rats around here, so we'll figure that out.
Ew, what?
Some of these rats.
How does he know it's not his agent?
Exactly, because he right away went with he said something about the coaching staff, so it was like, oh, how do you know it's somebody on your coaching staff? Like, you hired most of these people. So,
exactly.
So obviously with the whole Najee thing, that brings on Omarion. I mean, we've heard Khalil Mack, we've heard a lot of guys rave about Omarion. Just is it too much to put on a rookie to thrust him in there against the Chiefs, or he looks? I mean, we've seen him. He looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not too much. I mean, you draft a guy in the first round, you got to be ready to go, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, either way, he's the future. That's why you drafted him where you drafted him. So it's just starting a little bit earlier for Omarion, I think. And I mean, either way, there was a scenario where Omarion emerges as the main guy this year. Either way, it might have happened later in the year, or it might not have happened at all this year, but that was a possibility. If he looks, as much as they tout, we're going to share the workload, we're going to split carries. If there's one guy that's clearly better than the other guy, as we saw with JK and Gus last season, they're going to give more carries to the better guy. So, it's just time for Omarion to prove why he was drafted where they drafted him. And we'll see who that second guy is. I mean, at least at practice, it seems like it might be Hassan Haskins, which would be a big surprise if he is that second back. But he's been the next guy up at practice, taking the carries. So, we'll see how that goes.
Well, the thing is, fans or a lot of people, they haven't seen a lot from him at running back because last year, like you said, it was JK, it was Gus. You saw a little bit more of him during the 4 games that JK was out. He had that big long touchdown for the Chargers against the Broncos that clinched them the game. So, I mean, he might be able to do some things there. But right off the bat, I mean, do you think it's going to be 2 quarterbacks? Is that where we're basically looking at Trey? Because, I mean, I'll be honest, like, Taylor has not looked good at all, like in practice. I thought he's thrown several picks when I've been there. And then obviously in the games, he hasn't looked very comfortable in both the preseason games. Obviously, the offensive line is nowhere near where I think they thought it was going to be the second and third stringers. But Trey has looked a little bit more comfortable with those units than Taylor has.
Yeah, if I had to guess, honestly, I'd probably say they have 2 quarterbacks guessing there, but it's not out of the question that they go with 3, or they go with 3 on the initial 53 man and then trade Taylor right after. So so that could happen. I mean, I think I would wonder, where would Taylor go? I mean, maybe, I don't know, like the options, maybe the Jets are an option. I don't know. Tyrod Taylor's hurt, right?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt right now.
So, maybe there's a couple teams that might be interested in Taylor, but I know they like Taylor. They like his experience. They like what he's done in the league. So it's not, I think a lot of people feel like Taylor is going to be cut for sure. And I don't think it's all that certain. That he's definitely off, right? But like if you told me, like, what's the saying, like gun to my head, I would probably say 2 quarterbacks, but I could see him with 3 for sure.
Vidal obviously hurt. Who knows how long he's going to be out? They could possibly try and find a way to put him on IR, kind of save him there. You think Sanders, Rocket Sanders, is probably going to be the last back in there, or kind of where do you think you're leaning towards?
Yeah, I think if Najee ends up on NFI, then they'll go Hampton, Haskins, Sanders, Vidal.
Okay.
And Kamani was out there working off to the side yesterday, so I don't know. He could land on IR, which would maybe give a spot for Nyheim Hines. But honestly, if Najee does end up on the NFI list, it would be a good scenario, I think, for the Chargers because, I don't know.
No, I know.
But it seemed to be trending at least at practice that Raheem Sanders and Kamani might have been in competition for that last running back spot if Najee was on the roster. If they kept four, right? And so if that was the case and you cut Kamani or Raheem, 99 times out of 10, neither of those guys are going to clear waivers.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to get them back for the practice squad. In this scenario, Najee goes on NFI and you get both of those guys on your roster. And then when Najee's good, you get to put one of them on the P squad, which is I think a better scenario for them. To get both of those guys in the organization. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. No, I thought Rocket had a good it seems like he got more of the bulk of the carries against the Saints. I remember he had that one cutback where he was able to score that touchdown and it seems like the coaching staff is very excited about him. So yeah, I mean, and Kimani is a guy that last year he was called in against the Broncos, had that touchdown, and even back in the back end of the season, he had a couple of okay runs. I still think that he was a good find from the coaching or from Hortiz and everything. And I think he still has a lot of growth to do. And I feel like they really like where their running back situation is. I compared it the other day that, I mean, obviously if Najee was healthy, they haven't had a group like this probably since, and I mean, I'm not comparing anybody on this roster to like LT, but back then, like there was a year or two where they had LT, Michael Turner, and Darren Sproles all together on the same roster, and I don't think they've ever had a group of running backs like that this deep since back then. So I truly think that, and I mean that's obviously the MO of Jim Harbaugh, what he wants to do. He wants to have good running backs in there running the ball. Kris, why do I feel like Joe is going to be very active in the cut down trading? Like, I know he was active last year, but it kind of feels like this year they may be a little bit more active, don't you? With the whole, like, the offensive line, it seems like out of the 5 or 6 players, the last 3 or 4 spots, like the last 2 or 3 spots on the offensive line is kind of shaky. I still think they're gonna maybe look at secondary a little bit. What do you think? Is that kind of where you're like? Do you feel like Joe's gonna? Because I know I heard Jim say yesterday that who knows with Chef Hortiz, but it seems like he likes really. Like last year, they picked up Hassan. They traded for Taylor. They got Elijah Molden, and a couple of weeks before that, they had gotten Tier Tart. Yep. When he cleared waivers they claimed him off of the Dolphins. So, just is that your thought process as well? You think he's gonna move some things around?
Yeah, I mean, first, I seen somebody had a question about the P squad. You clear basically. if you have less than 4 accrued seasons, then you if you have less than 4 accrued seasons, then you go through waivers, and each team in the order of the waiver process can bid on you. But if you have more than 4 accrued seasons, then you automatically just become a free agent, and you're free to sign with who you want. So somebody like Tony Jefferson, for example, he didn't make the 53 last year, right? But he wanted to be here, right? So he didn't sign. They knew they were going to get him, so signed him quickly. Or last year they released him off the practice squad one time, signed him back the next day because they knew nobody's going to take him. We got him. But a guy like AJ Finley, for example, who last year was hurt, they put on waivers, thought nobody would take him. Seattle took him. So stuff like that happens. To answer that question, but answer the question about Hortiz being active. I definitely think he's going to be active. They're always going to be active, especially at cornerback, for sure. Because I think after the first 4 guys, I think they like Ja a lot. I think they like Dean, but Dean might be a guy who may end up on IR with his injury. And I think if they keep 5 corners or something on the roster, I think they're definitely going to be looking to see who ends up getting cut there and picking up a guy for sure, or trading for somebody for sure. Like you said, at O-line, if they keep 9 O-linemen, that 7 to 9 spot, or 8, that 8th, 9th lineman is like, you kind of are wondering there, like, do we need an upgrade there? And linemen are so tough in terms of trade, like getting a trade for a lineman. So you probably have to see who gets released. I would definitely expect Joe to be active. The thing about them, the Chargers, is like they're always trying to get a bang for their buck. They're always trying to get like the best value deal. Like they're never
low
trying to
risk, high reward.
Like they're never trying to pay full value for anything. So that's what I would say the biggest thing. Like if he does something, he's gonna do something that's like low risk, high reward for sure.
And we've seen it. I mean, T.R. Tart earned his money last year. Again, low risk, high reward. He ends up panning out. He plays really well. Boom. Okay, you reward him with a new contract. Tito Ogbanez, another guy that I thought last year he hadn't played up to par, and it seemed like this year in camp he's really stood out at times. So I've been impressed with him. By the way, this Louise de Bruyne, he's from Ireland. So So
Ireland.
It's pretty cool. So they're out in Ireland. So appreciate them jumping on.
I just saw like a TikTok or something like that. They got black people in Ireland, man, or something.
I saw that guy.
Or Scotland or something. I don't even know what it is.
That was a great video. Like you don't expect it, and he starts speaking. You're like, oh shoot! Like it's like Conor McGregor, but he's a black dude. Like that's awesome. Yeah,
I would have never known, bro.
Hey, by the way, if anybody's wondering how it is like during games or practices, how we are, this is how Chris and I are all the time. So this is exactly what it's like. Oh yeah, he was Scottish.
Oh,
yeah,
Scottish.
there you go.
My fault. My bad.
But
that's not that far though, right?
No. Heck, no. It's right
right there.
right above him. So yeah. So but 5 edge rushers. That's what I have. Bud Dupree, Khalil Mack, Kyle Kennard, Thule, and Caleb Murphy. Caleb, I think, has been a bright spot for them. I think they're really excited about what Caleb has brought to the team. He's had multiple sacks. I remember, did you hear him in the locker room after the Saints game? I think he had 2 sacks, and he's like, well, I had 3 actually. Like, and Caleb kept on fighting that he had he had 3 sacks. He's like, well, if you count the one that this and that, and I just started laughing. I'm like, that's pretty. And Thule and Junior were all giving him crap about it. But Chris, Chasing Ghost has a quick question for you. Are they protected? Oh, did we already?
Are they protected? Nah. I mean, well, Caleb. There's no protected T squad spots. Nah. Yeah. So Caleb, if they cut Caleb, he would go through waivers and definitely would not be a Charger probably.
Yeah, exactly. No, and let's just say Caleb.
No, maybe not though. You never know. He could clear waivers.
Yeah, I mean that's happened in the past where fans think that a player gets cut. Like Brendan Fehilko a couple of years ago, everybody thought because he had done well during practice, everybody thought, he's not gonna come back. He's not gonna come back, and he ended up clearing waivers, and the Chargers were able to put him on the practice squad. But there are like, if he's on the practice squad, there's teams that are definitely gonna try and come in and take him, but you have to sign him to your 53 man. So going back to cornerback though, obviously it's the 4. I know a lot of fans aren't really excited about Benjamin.
Yeah, I've seen that.
To say the least. After that, I mean, you have Jaw. You talked about Dean. You have Jaw, who's a gunner, one of the best gunners in I would say the best gunner on the team. He's had plays in the past. Cornerback is where it's a little rough. He even played well into that game against the Rams on Saturday. He was in there late in the fourth quarter. And then you have Nico Reed, who obviously jumped on, and Nico's shown flashes during training camp. He was hurt, came back, and has shown flashes again. What do you think about that? What do you think? 5, 6? Where are you kind of at with that?
I think 5 cornerbacks as it is now, but again, I could see 6, but the 6th in my mind would have been Dean, and Dean seems headed to some injury list. So maybe IR, but of course, anything can happen. But yeah, I probably see 5 there. But that is a position I'm looking at for them to add somebody like after waivers and all that. Like I think they're going to look around at corner.
My interesting part would be, okay, let's just say they kept 5, and it's down to, let's just say it's they let go of Nico, it's Benjamin, and it's Jaw. Part of me thinks they would cut Benjamin before they would cut Jaw, just because of the special teams aspect that he brings to the team. But I mean, obviously, who knows? But I'm interested to see what they're going to look like, because obviously the team that they select next Tuesday, their 53-man roster, probably isn't going to be that same roster by Friday when all the waivers and everything have kind of gone through.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, like I think pretty confidently, like those 5 guys are on the team. Like
all 5 of them.
Like I think I feel good about that. Like obviously Dante, Cam, Tarheeb, St. Juice, and Ja, I think are on the team.
Yeah.
So I'll be very surprised if any of those guys aren't. The only question in my mind would be Ja. But like you said, Ja's special team prowess. I think last year was obviously he was inconsistent, but Ja was dealing with a serious injury. Like I think people are. I'm not saying he's like this all-word cornerback. He was playing hurt. Like he's better than what he put on tape, and he looks better at practice, and the coaches know that. So I think I'd be pretty surprised if Ben got cut or Ja got cut. To be honest.
You think so? You don't think Nico's gonna be that undrafted free agent that makes it?
I don't think so. But if there's anybody that has a shot right now, it's probably him. I mean, Eric also had a shot. I think Rodgers, but he's hurt. But so I think Nico. If there's anybody, it's Nico for sure.
Yeah, it's just a little at times like some roster spots are unpredictable. Like I have 5 safeties on mine. I feel like it. Like I part of me thinks that RJ has shown a lot. Like I'm really impressed with what RJ's put on film, but I still feel like the team really likes Tony. I think they know what they have in Tony, and I think they're going to keep Tony. It sounds like you kind of have him at 4 with safeties.
I have him at 4 with safeties, but I can see 5. I have him at 4 with safeties because
with RJ,
I think when I look at with RJ.
Yeah.
When I look at the end of the roster, I think I'm looking at ultimately, I think it comes down to special teams play, right? And I think where I'm looking at is, okay, it'll be if they're in the room and they're saying, okay, our final spots are Caleb Murphy, Delshon Phillips, and Tony Jefferson. Keep 2, cut 1.
Yeah.
I think I'm picking Caleb and Delshon, cutting Tony, but they might not think about it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like they might think Tony is a good enough DB, right? He's a better DB than this player is a special teamer, and he can make up in special teams, right? So that like the safety thing, I think that could genuinely go either way for real. I could see Tony making the team for sure.
Because I mean, Tony provided a spark, I thought, in Houston with that fumble recovery. But then at the same time, I really feel like Tony's in a spot where in a sense, he can call his shot and be like, I'm only going to be a Charger. Like I'm not really looking to go anywhere else. So
that's my other thing. Like he'll be here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah. So that's why I think like maybe they could do that and then just do what they did last year, bring him up, bring him down, bring him up, bring him down, do all that. And if an injury happens, like with a Loki or with one of the other guys, yeah, you bring Tony up and he's the guy. So yeah, no, and that's the thing is that again, there's only 53 of these spots. And 3 of them are taken up by a kicker, a punter, and a long snapper. No, and I'm not kickers are people too. Pat McAfee's shown all of us that. Receiver, I have them with 6. I mean, it's literally take out Mike Williams, plug in Keenan Allen, and those are the 6 that I've had. Darius Davis. I think Darius might have a little bit more say in the offense this year. I thought last year at the end he kind of turned it on a little bit and he showed some stuff. I feel like the Chargers could really use him again this year. I thought he had an impressive catch against Denver last year when he made that grab, when Justin's like leaning over and he made that grab. I thought that was great. But any other roster things that you that come to your mind? I mean, I know people are thinking that Junior may get put that Junior could get put on IR and they save him in there and maybe Marlowe makes the team or
I mean, Marlowe's been good. I mean, I think they probably want him for the P squad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about Junior for IR. I'm not sure. I mean, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
He hasn't been out there. That would be very disappointing if that's what happened for him. I think outside of that roster spots, I think we talked about the biggest stuff. I mean, I think the cool thing for the Chargers is like last year the wide receiver room was like the biggest question. Yeah. And they had like, you looked at it and it just kind of looked like what? Now it's like they have, it might be their deepest room from 1 to 6. Like the 6th guy in the room is what, Darius, I guess, if you're, or like, I pick who you want, right? It's a good room, man. With Lad.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have KLS and Trey kind of behind, like the rookies and all that. Yeah.
So, that's all I say. I think the roster wide receiver is now a strength versus a weakness last year.
No, it was good to see that Quentin. You guys reported that Quentin made it back to practice. I thought that's huge for them. It's funny. I think you're on my same boat where I feel like he takes a lot of unnecessary criticism. I thought last year, everybody wanted to see a jump, and everybody's like, "Well, we want to see a jump. We want to see him be able to do something, to make plays, this, that." He makes a jump from 400 receiving yards to over 800. He goes from, I think it was 2 touchdowns his first year to like 8 or 9 last year. Like, how much more of a jump do you want? So again, I know he's a first round pick and everything, but I think Quentin's gonna earn his keep in this receiving room, and I think he's gonna make some plays for this team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think he'll be good. I think the thing with Quentin is just because I understand it from a fan perspective, like being a fan, like it's just annoying when, like, at the end of the day, like the moments matter. Like when you dropping a pass in Green Bay, dropping the pass in Baltimore, dropping the pass in New England, like the moments just matter and they stand out, like for, better or worse. And, fans have a right to be upset. I just think with Quentin, it's like every time he drops it, anybody could drop a pass in practice, but if Quentin drops it, it's heightened. And I understand why, but I do think, like, regardless how fans feel, that they should understand that the organization really likes him a lot. Yeah. They literally have no reason. And I don't mean like Quentin's a bad guy or anything like that, but they didn't draft Quentin. Like they have no reason to be loyal to Quentin. Like they like him because they think he's a good player. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like they could easily, because Tom drafted Quentin, Joe didn't draft Quentin, so he can easily say it's not my guy. Like let's get rid of him, right? Like the skills, the physicality, they don't really have anybody that can fill also the position he plays, that big X kind of guy. I mean, maybe Trey, I guess, but like
It's going to take him time. Yeah.
Yeah, and Greg's already talked about it. And yeah, like somebody said, the Quentin's drop really overshadowed what was an awful day for the Chargers receivers. They dropped like 6 passes. Keenan had 2 horrible drops. Stone Smart had a drop. I think Donald had a drop. Quentin's was just
to win the game,
the
like
biggest moment.
Yeah.
And I understand that. Like I understand that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. But I just think people need to understand, like, as much as you don't like, you might, be upset and don't like Quentin, like he's gonna be here.
And he's
gonna
agree.
be on the field for a reason, because of his upside, because of why he first round. And you've seen that upside come to fruition, like in Las Vegas last year, week 18. Like I think he had a $180 and like 13 catches. He had like a one-handed grab. The issue with Quentin is that there needs to be some type of consistency between the Raiders game and then the Texans game a week later. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? So if he's consistent, and I think this is the year for him, right? Like year 3, it's a big year.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And everything that you said is completely right. And, it's funny. I was at the Padres yesterday, and Fernando Tatis Jr. isn't playing all that well. But fans are like, oh, come on, Fernando, you can do it, this, that. I was like, oh, thank you. I'm in the press box, though. Like, don't cheer me on. But they were like, come on, it's fine, Fernando. Like, you struck out, it's fine. The next player goes up, and he strikes out, and everybody's like, oh, what are you doing? Get him out of the lineup. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right. I was like, yep, there it is. So I completely agree with what you're saying about that. So, yeah, no, definitely some good stuff. Kris, thank you so much for jumping on. I don't want to keep you longer than I have to. Have you been to the OC Fair lately, or no? You seen any interesting pictures from the OC Fair? Or
what is the OC Fair? What is that?
Oh, so there's like a fair down near
what's up, Angel?
Near where the Costa Mesa where they used to practice at Jack Hammett. It's like right next to there, and there's some pictures floating around with a certain quarterback. I'm not going to say any more.
Oh, is that where that picture's from?
Yeah.
That's with him in the
the person in the hoodie. Yeah. We don't know who that is.
But I don't know who that is. There's actually a tweet about me.
Oh, really? The rim job?
No, not that one. Somebody said, you'll see it. Somebody said, I dare Kris Rhim to have a bad interview, and then there's a video.
No way. I need to see that. Oh, damn. I don't know. An individual that I know was very excited. He's like, this is our Taylor Swift. We're going. And I was like, Jesus, relax. I'm like, my God. So so Kris, he's gonna ask you about it the next time he sees you. So you better be ready about that.
Hope not, bro.
But Kris, thank you so much. You working on anything you want to plug? Go ahead, plug your stuff, and again, appreciate you jumping on here with us. You're a compa, and we appreciate you here.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing to plug, but I appreciate. Well, I mean, my Twitter, Kris Rhim 1, Instagram, Kris Rhim. Appreciate you having me on. Always fun kicking it with y'all. Miss your brother.
I know.
See him next time.
Yeah,
man. It's always fun on here.
Yeah. We and I'm telling you, he told me throw in that OC Fair jab or something. He's like, throw something in there for me, and I started laughing. I was like, oh. He's like, you should put up the pictures. I was like, I will not do that. Don't need to be doing all that. So, but yeah, definitely appreciate you. And again, guys, make sure you follow him at Kris Rhim 1 on X, on Twitter. You are the best, Kris. Thank you so much, folks. We will be back next Tuesday to talk about the 53-man roster, who initially is on the 53-man roster. So make sure you guys check that out. Thank you guys so much. Have a great start to your weekend. Have a great weekend. Don't do anything stupid. And Tay says they love you, Kris. So there you go. There you go. Appreciate you guys. Have a nice weekend. Thank you guys so much.